Among the major cryptocurrencies, Avalanche or the AVAX token has been by far the worst performing. The question is why? Why is it going down so much? And does it make sense to buy now? Because in the end, crypto is all about buying low and selling high. And obviously, currently we are rather low. Have a look at this overview here. Avalanche is the 13th largest cryptocurrency. And in the last 90 days, it lost 42%. Now, this is more than any other cryptocurrency above that, even Dogecoin, which deflated quite a bit. That's then how this looks like on the US dollar chart. We went from roughly $54 to now 24. When most investors are in losses and when people give up, then it might make sense to buy sometimes. But only sometimes. We have seen historically way lower prices. Now, why did we see those low prices? It's because everything went down. And that's the problem with US dollar prices in general. When we look at an asset denominated in US dollars, we don't really know what happens, relatively speaking, within that asset class. So let's say Bitcoin goes down, then a lot of altcoins go down as well. When Bitcoin is rising, a lot of altcoins go up as well. So it's all about relative performance. How much more can we outperform or how much more do we underperform? And so instead of looking at the US dollar chart, I think it's better to look at relative valuation charts. For example, this one. This is Avalanche relative to Bitcoin. The chart starts in October 2021, and over time, AVAX did not outperform Bitcoin. Over the course of 3 years, AVAX underperformed Bitcoin on average by roughly 80%. There are our temporary rallies here and there, right? This is an outperformance of 260%, but over the long term, Avalanche did worse. Now, why is that? Usually the answer is pretty straightforward. Most altcoins tend to underperform Bitcoin because the supply of the token tends to expand, because early investors and the team, they get token unlocked over time. Now, when the supply grows quicker than the demand, what happens with the price? It tends to do poorly. Here are the tokenomics of Avalanche, or the supply over time. We had massive token inflation in the early days. AVAX launched with 40 million tokens. It's now at almost 500 million. So that's more than a 10x. And the supply will continue to go up. But it won't be that bad because, relatively speaking, right, compared to the current stock, the additional growth will not be another 10x. It will be less than a 2x. Now, I always think it's interesting to look at what is happening in the overall market, because obviously what happens to Bitcoin and the rest does impact Avalanche as well. Now, what also impacts all of those prices are capital flows.
To get the full length video, feel free to simply subscribe over here. Then you get it recommended by the algorithm.